Welcome to All in News. Legendary roles most originally rejected by their actors. We tend to associate certain characters with the actors who played them in movies. For example, can you imagine anyone else besides Robert Pattinson as Edward Cullen in the Twilight series? It's hard to imagine our favorite characters being played by other actors.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
By the way, you can support me by subscribing to my channel. Robert Pattinson, Edward Cullen. Pattinson nearly missed the opportunity to star in Twilight. How does? After experiencing a few unsuccessful auditions, attending an audition has become a phobia of the famous actress. His fear of failure had so affected him that he refused to audition for Twilight. Although he later overcame his worries and auditioned, Pattinson felt that he didn't fit the character because he thought he wasn't as handsome as Edward. Also, Kristen Stewart, who was cast before her, insisted that she take the role. Pattinson finally accepted the role and took a solid step into his acting career. Although he states that he does not like the Twilight series much today, it is true that he owes his career to this series in a way. Matthew McConaughey, Ben. Did you know that McConaughey accepted the role because of a fortune teller? Yes, you didn't read it wrong. McConaughey was not actually considering accepting the role. While walking down the street, a stranger like a fortune teller told her that she needed to accept the movie project she had in mind. There is a project you are considering right now. A romantic comedy. If you accept this movie will be your biggest chance, if you don't it will be your biggest regret. It will be an incredible experience for you. You will have a lot of money. The actor even thought about whether this person was hired by the production company. Jennifer Grey, Frances Baby Houseman. The reason why Grey does not want to play this role is Patrick Swayze himself, who plays the character he is madly in love with in the movie. The duo had previously met on another project. Grey stated that on set, Swayze kept making jokes about him and acting like a macho, and that he had a hard time putting up with him on set. At this point, Swayze apologized to Grey and insisted that he accept the role, thus giving birth to one of the hottest on-screen couples of all time. Richard Harris, Dumbledore. You know that Dumbledore is played by two different actors. Richard Harris, the first Dumbledore to be offered an offer, turned down the role 3 times. The then 71-year-old actor felt unfit for the role due to his age and health condition. Harris said that the production company called him every week and they were constantly increasing the fee. The actor did not want to spend his remaining years acting in such a long series. She accepted the role after her 11-year-old grandson, who heard that you rejected the role, said that if you do not act in the movie, I will not talk to you again. Unfortunately, Harris was only able to act in the first 2 films of the Harry Potter series. He passed away shortly before the second movie in the series, Chamber of Secrets, was released. Viggo Mortensen, Aragorn. Something similar happened to Viggo Mortensen. The actor wasn't sure if he wanted to play in the Lord of the Rings trilogy as he didn't want to be separated from his family for long. The actors J.R.R. It is worth noting that Tolkien did not read the original books, but his 11-year-old son Henry did. His son was with him when the producers called Mortensen. His son's enthusiasm convinced Mortensen to accept the offer, and he flew to New Zealand for filming the next day. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack. Leonardo DiCaprio didn't want to play in this movie that later became one of the greatest movies of all time and made him an international star. The reason was that he thought the character Jack was too boring. He was used to playing more complex and difficult roles, and Jack was pretty boring by comparison. Eventually, after James Cameron convinced him that this was a really tough challenge, DiCaprio accepted the offer. Daniel Craig James Bond. Despite being a huge fan of the James Bond role since the age of 5, he wanted to turn down the offer. The actress believed that she did not want to build her acting career with this role. But after reading the script, he changed his mind. See you. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you.